Hey everybody! Oh, why is it in stream ending soon? I didn't even notice. Sorry, we're starting, not ending. It is book club time. Hi, Biscuit. It's always a pleasure to see you, my dear friend. Alright, thank you for taking first, by the way. And thank you for your daily offering. Guys, I am so happy. Oh wow, I know I'm giving you guys whiplash because yesterday I was very sad. But that's because yesterday I received what I thought was like bad news. And it was bad news, and I thought it was over, right? It was, wait, let me reduce the volume of the music because it's quite loud. It was news that could have literally just thrown me back into the exact same situation that happened for me in January. Right, so that is really, really bad news because I don't got, my family don't got the money to deal with all that shit. Sorry, the only reason we're still here is because of ad jail, which is right now. But yeah, so that situation would have been bad and horrible and terrible. So I'm so very glad that today I got some counter news, so some good news to counter the bad news. That pretty much was like, okay, yeah, the bad news, it's still there, but it's not as bad as you thought. So it's not gonna have the same consequences that you thought it was gonna have. There's grace, right? And I'm so grateful. I'm so relieved because I really thought it was over. I was getting ready to make my announcements that, hi guys, back on some sort of enforced hiatus by the government due to migration problems, blah blah blah. But no, we're good, guys. We're good. We're very good for now. I just need to lock in, face my book, give 120% at work every day for the next like 3 months. Which isn't hard, right? I'll take that any day over like having to leave the country with nothing, so I'm okay with that. That's great news. Thank you, Biscuit. I'm always happy to share good news with you guys because I hate sharing bad news. All right, but I'm somebody who, when I'm feeling down, it's very hard for me to hide it. It's very, very hard. It also, honestly, it depends on the news. If the news is really, really bad, then it will be really, really hard for me to hide it. But if it's like, it's bad news, but it's not crazy, it's more irritating and annoying than like life ending, then yeah, I'll be fine. Anyways, I'm so excited for us to read chapter 7 of 6 of Crows today. It is definitely book nook time. It's our book nook, it's our book corner day. Should I announce this on Blue Sky? I most likely should. It's sad that I haven't been announcing my shit on Blue Sky. Wait, let me announce it. All right, just give me a second. Let me write it. We're reading chapter 7 of 6 of Crows today, and writing more Yuri. What's the name of the ship? I think it's Jinhua. More Yuri #Jinhua fanfiction. Come join me as we revel in our debauchery. The way I'm making it sound like there's some debauchery going on here. There is no such thing. Well, there's no debauchery going on, okay? We're just chilling. We're just chilling. I caught up on last stream. Oh, that's great. Joshua Sanshi. OMG, not Joshua. How could you write Joshua? That actually kind of like scared me a bit. Oh, I can come now. That's not what I meant. I meant like I didn't mean come like that. I meant like oh, why do I always do this to myself? I meant like I can move screens now. Like, oh, like, ads are over. I can, I'm sick. Not me saying I can come now. That's okay. Anyways, you guys know what I meant. Thank you for the head pat, Squeaks. I appreciate it. I really, really do. All right, everybody. Let me finish with my. It's wifey. Thank you for the daily offering, dearest. I'm gonna put an emoji for reveling, I guess. Yeah, that's good. Okay. And then I put the relevant tags. 6 of crows. Reading stream, I guess. Does this qualify as ASMR? I don't know. What do you guys think? I believe Biscuit, you were the one who mentioned that, it could qualify as ASMR technically. I'm not necessarily sure though. Like, it doesn't really hit me that way that it's like an ASMR stream. Okay, 6 of crows, reading. Ah. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Okay, also writing fanfic. Yeah, fanfic is always nice. Writing stream. So we're gonna of course read chapter 7 and then go straight into continue where we left off. I didn't have time to, you probably guessed, but I didn't have time to continue the writing. So yeah, guys, I'm afraid we're just all we have is what I wrote last time. Forgive me, but at least I'm writing it. A NaNoWriMo. Boom, there we go. I love NaNoWriMo. I hope it doesn't implode like Inktober, because the person who did Inktober trademarked it, I think, and now nobody's allowed to do Inktober again, which is crazy. I don't know how that makes sense to them, but whatever, Anyways. Oh my god. My post was sent and I forgot to add my link. I'm a baka. Okay, I'll just do it like this. Quill post. Oh wait, cancel. Dude, Blue Sky really needs to add the edit like post, because so many times I forget something in my post and it makes me embarrassed to be alive. For real. I'm not even kidding you guys. I literally just forgot to add my link to stream. So there's that. Anyways, Biscuit! What on earth? I didn't even notice. Thank you so much for gifting Wifey a sub. Huh? Oh my gosh. Thank you. Biscuit. You're such a darling. I appreciate it. Thank you for the gifted sub. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, I've taken too long to write this one fucking Blue Sky post. This is why I have to do it before I go live. I'm ill. Whatever. Okay, I'm ready. I'm finally ready. Sorry I took 6 years, everybody. I'm ready for you guys. Let's freaking do it. It's nothing. It's not nothing, darling. It is not nothing, and you know it. I appreciate you every single time. Thank you so much. And for those who support me by just being here, by lurking, by following, by recommending me to other channels for raiding, by tipping, donating, at literally anything that you do, by joining the Discord and being a part of the community, whatever it is, however way you show your support, I appreciate it immensely. It means the world to me. Thank you. All right, guys. If I didn't get good news today, I'm not gonna lie to you, I would have canceled today's stream because I would not have been in the mood to be I wouldn't have been happy, and I wouldn't want to share more bad vibes on streams. I just would not have streamed, and that's the truth. But thankfully, things worked out. Yeah, yeah, we're having a good time. We're very happy. I went in. I went into work today, and you know, while while certain actions were taken, you know how corporate life is. It didn't. I didn't lose my job, and that is the most important thing. By the way, that would have been the bad news. I thought I lost my job yesterday, but I didn't. Apparently, I only lost access rights to a certain project, but I still have my job. Yay! Hades, welcome in, darling. How have you been? How have you been? How have you been? Having fun with your wife who recently proposed to you? You lucky scramster. All right, guys. Let's do a quick recap of chapters 1 to 6. I'm good. I'm glad to hear that, darling. You wouldn't have blamed me. Oh, yes. It's impossible to just keep on like a happy face when you have news as bad as, oh, you've lost your job. And you guys know that a job for me is not just a job. I'm an immigrant, and I'm on a work permit. If I lose my job, I lose my right to stay in the country. So that's deportation. Been there, done that. So please no. Absolutely not. But thankfully I still have my job, so life isn't over. And you know what? It's the one time, the only time that I'm gonna be happy to go to work. This period of time whereby I need to lock in and show them I'm the best employee ever, I will not complain. I won't. I'm just gonna give it my all, do my best, and wow them. Be like, oh, you want good performance, eh? Bet. Bet. You have not seen good performance until you see me do this job. That's right. That's right. I'm gonna blow your fucking mind. I was joking though. Well, honestly, you do enough whereby I can't even tell when it's a joke anymore, to be honest. I found small figures of Hades and Aphrodite. Did you put pictures in the Discord? That is so cool. I would love an Athena one and a Hera one, and you know what? It's not like you know where to find other small figures. All right, for the recap. So literally last chapter, we broke into, by we I mean Kaz, Ine, Jesper, and Nina, our resident Grisha, a corporal Nick, broke into the prison. Oh, with a guy called, what the fuck is his name? Muzen, to take the place of the person that we were jailbreaking out, whose name is Matthias Helvar. Apparently, he and Nina, the corporal Nick we met in chapter 5, right, who works for the dregs, quote unquote, Kaz Brecker, right? She works for Kaz, right? And Ine and her are kind of close because Ine was the one who convinced her to work for Kaz instead of where she would have worked. So Nina, we met her in chapter 5. In chapter 6, she and Kaz met up and they essentially discussed jailbreaking somebody out. Somebody that Nina seems to know. Why are my eyes doing that? That's crazy. Somebody that Nina seems to know. She has history with this person. She thinks he's beautiful, so we can only assume it was some sort of romantic relationship. We don't know yet whether or not it was one-sided or whether or not it was like mutual or something. All we know is that it was probably some sort of enemies to lovers thing going on, because she's a magician, right? In this world, Grishas are magicians or stuff like that. And he is a witch hunter. That's right. He is a fucking witch hunter and she's a witch. So that dynamic must have been juicy. And for some reason, somehow, in their past, he got dragged off to jail and she feels guilty. We don't know what happened. All we know is that she feels guilty. And when they finally got into the jail, they broke into the jail. They saw the people where the prisoners were pretty much, it was horrible conditions, by the way. And they saw that the prisoners were essentially like having to fight these beasts to the death for quote unquote a better life. And for a better life, I literally mean a separate room, a bucket to like shit and piss in, and blankets. That's right. That's what they're risking their life for. That is what they're risking their life for. Sending them now, period, Hades. Romeo and Juliet all over again. If only. This sounds even juicier. Gladiator style, exactly. So these prisoners are risking their lives fighting some crazy ass beasts. There was one that spit some sort of thing that like melted people and stuff. Like there was some reptile creature that spit stuff that melted people. Then, of course, we got to Matthias. It was Matthias's turn, and he fought 3 wolves, which was really, really bad, even though he won, because in his culture, wolves are sacred. So killing them hurt him a lot, right? Yeah. So Nina and Kaz and Nina and Jesper and Muzin found their way to his cell, and they sort of like swapped him with Muzin, and they made Muzin look like he had this horrific disease that like warps his face, like filled with boils and pustules and all that shit. Yuck. Right, just so that he wouldn't be recognizable, right? But he's about the same build as Matthias, so that's how they're going to break Matthias out. And as soon as Matthias woke up, so Nina woke Matthias up after healing him, well, healing him just enough for him to walk according to Kaz's orders. He grabbed her fucking neck. That is literally the last line in chapter 6. Nina, he growled. Then his hands closed over her throat. So he woke up, and his first instinct was to choke her to death. Now, I don't know if they're into some kinky shit, but it just sounds like whatever history they have is extremely, I don't know, toxic? I don't know. It's something. Let me look at the Discord, by the way, Hades, for what you've dropped there. Are they in pics? That's so cool. Not the Zaddy. Oh, I need an epic, the musical emote, to be honest. It's not enough. Ah, that is awesome. Those are actually such cool statues. I love. Man, if I were a collector with more money, I would go on a spree to find and collect the whole set of Greek gods, like the whole pantheon. I'm that kind of person. Yes, you're right, Biscuit. It was firepox. So Nina essentially witched Muzin up so that he looks like he has firepox, so no one would A, approach him, and 2, even if they did, he would be unrecognizable to Matthias. So that's how we're going to break Matthias out of prison. Muzin is going to take his place for a while. And according to Kaz, it will give him 2 weeks of immunity because nobody's going to approach him in that 2 weeks, after which they will break him out of jail again. And considering how easy they made it look in chapter 6, then I don't think that's going to be a problem for Kaz, Brekka, and the Dregs. But anyway, that is our chapter 6 recap. So let's continue from where we left off, eh? We still have quite a lot to do. And unfortunately, I cannot stay long. This stream can only be about 2 to 3 hours because I need to be in bed early because I've got shit to do. Yeah, I'm a working baddie, and unfortunately, to cater to the whims of the capitalistic society in which I serve, I gotta be up early, so I can't stay too long. And I still want to read my fix, write fix, read fix. You know how it is. And yesterday, since the whole fucking Cloudflare situation, literally nothing was working. AO3 wasn't working, Twitter wasn't working, I don't know if Blue Sky was working. I was on Tumblr mostly. Every time AO3 goes down, I just go to Tumblr. It makes me feel like I'm less alone because everybody else there is also freaking out. Oh my god, pardon me. What the hell was that? I need water. Yo. I've barely eaten. Yesterday, I didn't eat at all. Hi there, Tranbia. Please let me know if I'm saying your name right. I do not want to fuck it up, but welcome in. Welcome to the Haven, darling. Thank you for the follow. But yes, that is chapter 6 recap. Now we will continue with chapter 7. Sounds like lots of time for fun, Lucy. Yes. Enough time. 2 hours 30 minutes max. All right, and we've already gone through the what the fuck? Are you kidding me? We've already been streaming for 22 minutes? That's crazy. Okay. Enough yapping. Let's read. I will reduce the music. Or should I change it? Nah, I'm just gonna reuse it. It works, I think. It's doing its job. Yeah. Just let me know if it's too long, guys. Lucy, Discord again, please. Why? What happened? Whoa! Where did you go, Hades? These are beautiful. Take me with you next time. Oh my god. Man, the place I live, like, the museums, they have museums, but like their exhibitions aren't always, you know, my sort of thing. This look amazing. This looks so fun. Wow, Teba. Look at that crown and look at these statues and look at those. I love glass art, guys. Like the cathedrals, old cathedrals with their colored glass. They're like glass portraits. I love that shit. I don't know why it went out of style, but that shit is awesome. Prague, that makes sense. Prague, yeah, that makes sense. It's so funny. I live in the EU and I have for the last 5 years, but I have not traveled anywhere. I haven't. Every time I plan to travel to a concert, for example, Aurora was doing a concert 2 years ago, and I was so excited to go. Something came up. Whenever I want to do Comic-Con, because we have our own Comic-Con over here for this particular region, it's literally in my city. I can't go. Well, I decided to go for next year's zone. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to that Comic-Con. But have fun in Prague. Oh my god, Hades. Have the best time. Take loads of pictures and eat loads of food, okay? Live your best life. Alright guys, for realsies this time. We are getting started on chapter 7 of the 6th of Crows. Shall we move to our reading corner? Oh, goodness gracious. Why is it not showing my reading scene? Oh, because I did that. Oh, because that's what I did for writing last time. Yeah. I got confused. I was like, what's this doing here? There we go. That is our Kumbaya. Oh my god, we gotta scroll quite a while because we're in chapter 7. Wow, it's so funny how they introduced the story with this guy called Juiced, only for him to die in the very first chapter, and we never hear from him again until Kaz is like looking at him once Van Eck is giving him the mission, the heist. Like he's just there like, oh, I really like this girl, and both he and her die in the first chapter. The girl even dies. They both die off screen. That's crazy. And it's also ironic because she technically killed him as well. Damn. Talk about a killer pun pun. I didn't mean to say that because it's not like they ever smashed. Literally, he just had a crush. He never ever got the chance to like confess or anything. He just died. That was it. Alright, there we are. We are officially in part 2, chapter 7. Shall we get started? I'm so excited. There's not many days left and you only have $200 left. Damn, that's crazy. The fact that you have $200 left actually speaks a lot to your self-control. I don't know if I would have that much money left if I were, well, I don't know, I'm just speaking for myself. When I was in Ghana, I only had like 200 to 300 euros. I spent it all on food. Whether it was groceries or like eating out, I spent all of that fucking money on eating out. It's Ghana, guys. It was the first taste of home I'd had in years. I wasn't gonna waste it. I didn't give a fuck if I went broke. I was like, nah, I'm gonna eat this food because I miss eating food that I love. I miss food that was made with my tastes in mind, okay? Okay, chapter 7. Matthias's point of view. Ooh. We're gonna see it from his perspective, which is really, really cool. I wonder how many pages are in chapter 7. A lot. Fuck. Okay, we should get started. Matthias was dreaming again. Dreaming of her. In all his dreams, he hunted her. Sometimes through the new green meadows of spring. I'm guessing he's talking about Nina here, guys. Sometimes through the green meadows of spring. but usually through ice fields, dodging boulders and crevices with unerring steps. Always he chased, and always he caught her. This is beginning to read kind of like a fantasy, like a sexual fantasy. I am Nigerian. Ghana and Nigeria has very similar food. We're sisters. We're border nations. We argue over jollof rice up until today. Like up until today, we still argue over jollof rice. So Ghana and Nigerian were practically sister. We call ourselves sister nations. I'm not Ghanaian. I'm Nigerian. Don't freak out. Why would I say? Why would I say I'm Ghanaian when I've been marking myself in the Niger Valley this whole time? Come on, come on. Come on, guys. I look at the prices and I didn't buy anything for the first 2 days. It's that expensive? Damn. The Hades and Aphrodite figures something for my parents. Oh, you're so sweet, Hades. It's so funny that Hades got the Hades you got the Hades statue. Oh, you're so sweet. Man, my mom's birthday was recently, and she didn't let me send her a present. Like, I told her, I'm sending it to you, and she said, if you send it, I won't pick it up. Keep the money, don't buy the present. When I need it, I will tell you to send it to me. And I was like, what? So yeah, I'm just holding on to her present for absolutely no reason. Anyways, always he chased, and always he caught her. In the good dreams, he slammed her to the ground and throttled her, watching the life drain from her eyes, heart full of vengeance. Finally. In the bad dreams, he kissed her. Oh my god, guys, what do they have going on? This is reminding me of one of my favorite ships ever, Hanagram, right? Will Graham and Hannibal Lecter from the NBC series Hannibal. I love that ship to death. To fucking death. Want to see what I bought? Obviously, send it in the Discord. I'll look at it later though, because I really do need to get this chapter over with. Alright. In these dreams, she didn't fight him. She laughed as if the chase was nothing but a game, as if she'd known he would catch her, as if she'd wanted him to, and there was no place she'd rather be than beneath him. She was welcoming and perfect in his arms. He kissed her, buried his face in the sweet hollow of her neck. Her curls brushed his cheeks, and he felt that if he could just hold her a little longer, every wound, every hurt, every bad thing would melt away. Oh my god, this guy freaky! Did you ever watch Killing Eve? No, it's on my list though, because people told me that it's like a lesbian version of Hannibal, which made me interested in it immediately. But the thing about Hannibal is that it's really angsty as well. Like, it really made me sad. I was just like, why can't you guys just be together and, you know, kill bad guys together? Like, you guys don't have to be. You don't have to keep doing this. But hey, I'm not on the writing team. But hey, look at the way Matthias is describing his dreams of Nina. This is sickening. Okay, let's continue. Matthias, she would whisper, his name so soft on her lips. These were the worst dreams, and when he woke, he hated himself almost as much as he hated her. To know that he could betray himself, betray his country again, even in his sleep. To know that, after everything she'd done, some sick part of him still hungered after her. It was too much. Oh my god, I'm so into this. Sorry, guys. I'm freaking out. The lead actress is incredible. Ooh, high praise. I'll definitely keep it on my radar, Biscuit. Tonight was a bad dream. Very bad. She was wearing blue silk, clothes far more luxurious than anything he'd ever seen her in. Some kind of gauzy veil was caught up in her hair, the lamplight glinting off of it like cold rain. Gel, she smelled good. The mussy damp was still there, but perfume too. Nina loved luxury, and this was expensive. Roses and something else. Something his papa's nose didn't recognize. She pressed her soft lips to his temple, and he could swear she was crying. Matthias. Nina, he managed. Oh, saints, Matthias, she whispered, please wake up. And then he was awake. Fuck, I'm sorry. I, I, I'm, I don't know if I'm blushing or. Sorry, let's continue. And then he was awake, and he knew he'd gone mad because she was here, in his cell, kneeling beside him, her hand resting gently on his chest. Matthias, please. The sound of her voice, pleading with him. He dreamed of this. Sometimes she pleaded for mercy. Sometimes there were other things she begged for. Okay. Okay. He reached up and touched her face. She had the softest skin. He'd laughed at her for it once. No real soldier had skin like that, he told her. Pampered, coddled, he'd mocked the lushness of her body, ashamed of his own response to her. He cupped the warm curve of her cheek, felt the soft brush of her hair. So lovely, so real. It wasn't fair. Then he registered the bloody wrappings on his hands. Pain rushed at him as he came fully awake. Cracked ribs, aching knuckles. He chipped a tooth. He wasn't sure when, but he cut his tongue against it at some point. His mouth still held the coppery taste of blood. The wolves. They'd made him murder wolves. He was awake. Nina? There were tears in her beautiful green eyes. Oh, now we know that she has dark curls and green eyes. She reminds me of Esmeralda. No wonder he's simping for her. Other things, you say? Other things. Apparently there are other things she begs for in his dreams. Okay. I'm a lock in. There were tears in her beautiful green eyes. Rage coursed through him. She had no right to tears, no right to pity. Shh, Matthias, we're here to get you out. What game was this? What new cruelty? He'd just learned to survive in this monstrous place, and now she'd come to heap some fresh torture on him. He launched himself forward, flipping her to the ground, hands fast and tight around her throat, straddling her so that his knees pinned her arms to the ground. Oh my god! Oh my god! You're fucking with that hotel's Wi-Fi. I'm fucking with this bug! Matthias, you freak! Control it! Sorry, guys. Control it, Matthias. Ew! He knew damn well that Nina with her hands free was a deadly thing. Nina, he gritted out. She clawed at his hands. Witch, he hissed, leaning over her. He saw her eyes widen, her face getting redder. Beg me, he said. Beg me for your life. Oh my god, this is spicy. He heard a click, and a gravelly voice said, Hands off her, Helva. That's probably Kaz. Someone behind him had pressed a gun to his neck. Matthias didn't spare him a glance. Go ahead and shoot me, he said. He dug his fingertips deeper into Nina's neck. Nothing would deprive him of this. Nothing. Traitor, witch, abomination. All those words came to him, but others crowded in too. Beautiful, charmed one. Word Fetla, he called her. Little red bird, for the color of her Grisha order, the color she loved. He squeezed harder, silencing that weak-willed strain inside him. If you've actually lost your mind, this is going to be a lot tougher than I thought, said that raspy voice. He heard a whoosh like something moving through the air, then a wrenching pain shot through his left shoulder. It felt like he'd been punched by a tiny fist, but his entire arm went numb. He grunted as he fell forward. One hand went entirely numb. Oh no, wait. He grunted as he fell forward, one hand still clamped around Nina's throat. He would have fallen directly onto her, but he was yanked backwards by the collar of his shirt. Oh my god! Everybody! Yeah! Okay. A boy wearing a guard's uniform stood before him, dark eyes glittering, a pistol in one hand, a walking stick in the other. Its handle was carved to look like that of a crow's head, with a cruelly pointed beak. Get a hold of yourself, Helva. We're here to break you out. I can do to your leg what I did to your arm. We can drag you out of here, or you can leave like a man on 2 feet. No one gets out of Hellgate, Matthias said. Tonight they do. Matthias sat forward, trying to get his bearings, clutching his dead arm. You can't just walk me out of here. The guards will recognize me, he snarled. I'm not losing fighting privileges to be carted off jail knows where with you. You'll be masked. If the guards check, they're going to be too busy to check, said the strange pale boy. And then the screaming started. Ow. Matthias's head jerked up. He heard the thunder of footsteps from the arena, cresting like a wave as people burst into the passageway outside his cell. He heard the shouts of guards, and then the roaring of a great cat, the trumpet of an elephant. You opened the cages. Nina's voice was shaky with disbelief, though who knew what might be real a performance with her. He refused to look in her direction. If he did, he'd lose all sense of reality. He was barely hanging on as it was. Lucy, it's my girlfriend. Hi there. Well, I suppose I should call you Shy now instead of Cash. Hello there, Shy Butterfly. How are you? I'm loving this name change of your. Oh no, she's hot. That's literally what's going through his head right now, though. 100%. 100%. Who are you? What did you do with Cash? Yes, guys, it's an imposter. After her. I'm just kidding. Okay. Let's see. Where was I? Oh, you opened the cages. Yeah. He was barely hanging on as it was. Sure. This boy is whipped. Jesper was supposed to wait until 3 bells, said the pale boy. It is 3 bells, Kaz, replied a small girl in the corner, with dark hair and deep bronze, sooty skin. A figure covered in welts and bandages was leaning against her. Oh, that's Mezu? I forgot his name. Whoops. Anyways, let's move on. Since when is Jesper punctual? The boy complained with a glance at his watch. On your feet, Helvar. He offered him a gloved hand. Matthias stared at it. This is a dream. The strangest dream I've ever had, but definitely a dream. Or maybe killing the wolves had finally driven him truly mad. He'd murdered family tonight. No whispered prayers for the wild souls will make it right. He looked up at the pale demon with his black gloved hands. Kaz, she called him. Would he lead Matthias out of this nightmare or just drag him into another kind of hell? Choose, Helvar. Matthias clasped the boy's hand. If this was real and not an illusion, he'd escape whatever trap these creatures had set for him. He heard Nina release a long breath. Was she relieved? Exasperated? He shook his head. He would deal with her later. The little bronze girl swept a cloak around Matthias' shoulders and propped an ugly beak-nosed mask on his head. The passageway outside the cell was chaos. Costumed men and women surged past, screaming and pushing each other, trying to get away from the arena. Guards had their guns out, and he could hear shots being fired. He felt dizzy, and his side ached badly. His left arm was still useless. So is that what Kaz's, secret, one of his secret, powers is? Because remember they called him Dirty Hands Kaz, right? His nickname is literally Kaz Dirty Hands Brecker. Is it Dirty Hands? Something else. It's something that has to do with his hands. Is it that he knows pressure points and he can, numb people in certain areas? Kind of like those, if you guys watch Legend of Korra, there were those people who followed Amon, the guy who could take bending away by targeting pressure points. They would temporarily take away a bender's bending power. It's kind of like that, except for just pressure points with your stuff. It is rebanned for future streaming. She's here. She's just in the basement. Release my girlfriend now. I do like the way you said my name, Lucy. Oh, no worries. I'll say it as often as you want, Shy Butterfly. All right, then. Welcome in. I'm so excited for your debut. I'm so excited. Please make sure that we are informed, Shy. Please. Oh, I keep struggling not to call you Cash. I'll get used to it. Anyways, let's continue. Where were we? Where were we? Ah, Kaz signaled. Kaz signaled towards the far right archway, indicating that they should move against the flow of the crowd and into the arena. Matthias didn't care. He could plunge through the mob instead, force his way up that staircase and onto a boat. And then what? It didn't matter. There was no time for planning. He stepped into the throng and was instantly hauled back. Boys like you weren't meant to get ideas, Helvar, said Kaz. That staircase leads to a bottleneck. You think the guards won't check on that mask before they let you through? Matthias scowled and followed the others through the crowd, Kaz's hand at his back. If the passage had been chaos, then the arena was a special kind of madness. Matthias glimpsed hyenas leaping and bounding over the ledges. One was feeding over a body in a crimson cape. An elephant charged the wall of the stadium, sending up a cloud of dust and bellowing its frustration. He saw a white bear and one of the great jungle cats from the southern colonies crouching in the eaves, its teeth bared. Yes, our teeth and ambitions are bared. Be prepared. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. Teeth bared. Okay. Where else are we? Oh, he knew there were snakes in the cages as well. He could only hope that this Jesper character hadn't been foolish enough to set them free too. They plunged across the sands, where Matthias had fought for privileges for the last 6 months. But as they headed towards the tunnel, the desert lizard came pounding towards them, its mouth dripping foaming white poison, its fat tail lashing the ground. Before Matthias could think to move, the bronze girl had vaulted over its back and dispatched the creature with 2 bright daggers wedged beneath the armor of its scales. The lizard groaned and collapsed on its side. Okay, Ned, damn girl. Matthias felt a pang of sadness. It was a grotesque creature, and he'd never seen a fighter survive its attack, but it was also a living thing. You've never seen a fighter survive until now, he corrected himself. The bronze girl's daggers merit watching. Period. She's a threat. You better watch out for the wraith. Nerdy, nah, she's OP, period. She really is. Look at her. Being an invisible wraith, killing freaking armored lizards, foaming lizards that drip poison. It's Santy Wenty. No way. A 15-string streak is crazy. Hello, my princes. Hi. Hello there. It's so good to see you. You're just in time. You're just in time. Hope you had fun with a Frony. Okay, let's see. He'd assumed they'd cross the arena and head back up into the stands to avoid the crowds clogging the passageway. Possibly just storm the stairs and hope to make it through the guards, who must be waiting at the top. Instead, Kaz led them down the tunnel past the cages. The cages were old cells that had been turned over to whatever beasts the masters of the Hell Show had got their hands on that week. Old circus animals, even diseased livestock in a pinch, creatures culled from forest and countryside. As they raced past the open doors, he glimpsed a pair of yellow eyes glaring at him from the shadows, and then he was moving on. Oh my goodness. Thank you for the 15 stream streak as well, Hades. You guys are so awesome. I appreciate the support. All right. He cursed his... Wait, where am I? Yeah. He cursed his deadened arm and lack of weapon. He was virtually defenseless. Where is this Kaz leading us? He thought to himself. They wended past a wild boar feeding on a guard and a spotted cat that hissed and spit at them but did not draw near. And then, through the musk of animals and the stink of their waste, he smelled the clean tang of salt water. He heard the rush of waves. He slipped and discovered the stones beneath his feet were damp. He was deeper in the tunnel than he'd ever been permitted to go. It must lead to the sea. Whatever Nina and her people intended, they really were taking him out of the bowels of Hellgate. Oh my god. In the green light from the orbs carried by Kaz and the bronze girl, he spotted a tiny boat moored up ahead. It looked like a guard was seated in it, but he raised a hand and waved them forward. You were early, Jesper, Kaz said as he nudged Matthias towards the boat. I was on time. For you, that's early. Next time you plan to impress me, give me some warning. The animals are out and I found your boat. This is when a thank you would be in order. Thank you, Jasper, said Nina. You're very welcome, gorgeous. See, Kaz? That's how the civilized folk do. Matthias was only half listening. The fingers of his left hand had started to tingle as sensation returned. Oh, I need to scroll down. Okay. Matthias was only half listening. It is the sentient being, the one and only. The fingers of his left hand had started to tingle as sensation returned. He couldn't fight all of them, not in this state, and not when they were armed. But Kaz and the boy in the boat, Jesper, looked to be the only ones with guns. Unhook the rope, disable Jesper. He'd have a gun and possession of the boat. And Nina can stop your heart before you've taken hold of the oars, he reminded himself. So shoot her first. Put a bullet in her heart. Stay long enough to watch her fall and then be done with this place. He could do it. He knew he could. All he needed was a distraction. The bronze girl was standing just to his right. She barely reached his shoulder. Even injured, he could knock her into the water without losing his footing or doing her any real harm. Drop the girl, free the boat, disable the shooter, kill Nina, kill Nina, kill Nina. Wow, he's obsessed with her. He took a deep breath and threw his weight at the bronze girl. She stepped aside as if she'd known he was coming, languidly hooking her heel beside his ankle. Period, Nina, you don't mess with the wraith. Matthias, Nina said, stepping forward. Oh wait, no, I skipped a line. Matthias let out a loud grunt as he landed hard on the stones. Matthias, Nina said, stepping forward. He scrambled backwards, nearly landing himself in the water. If she laid hands on him again, he'd lose his mind. Nina halted, the hurt on her face unmistakable. She had no right. Clumsy, this one, the bronze girl said impassively. Put him under, Nina, commanded Kaz. Don't, Matthias protested, panic surging through him. You're dumb enough to capsize the boat. Stay away from me, witch, Matthias growled at Nina. Nina gave him a tight nod, with pleasure. She lifted her hands, and Matthias felt his eyelids grow heavy as she dragged him into unconsciousness. Kill you, he mumbled. Sleep well. Her voice was a wolf dogging his steps. It chased him into the dark. Woo! That is the beginning of chapter 7. And so far, all I know is that this nigga wants her bad. This Matthias guy, he wants her so much. He wants Nina so much. The first 3 pages was literally him just talking about how much he wanted her. How much he wanted her, wanted to kill her, wanted not to kill her. Same difference. It's just violence and lust. Oh, poetry, you're absolutely right. Biscuit, and thank you for the hydrate. Let me get some water in me. I know that their situationship, whatever it is, once it's resolved, if they're ever gonna fuck, it's gonna be delicious. Because that is some serious pining. Because even she, when she was thinking about him, and apparently she's been begging Kaz for ages to break Matthias out, but he never wanted to do it because there was nothing in it for him. Now he's only breaking Matthias out because Matthias is from the, what do you call it, the ice place. What's it called again? Let me go back to the map and check it out. Yeldar? Yelled something. I know it starts with an FJ. It's from, yeah, Yerda. Yeah, so it's from Yerda. And we know that she, Nina, is from Ravka. Most Grisha apparently from Ravka, right? And that there was a civil war in Ravka, and that the witch hunters in Yerda, who befriend wolves, right? Ice wolves, hunt the Grisha, right? So because he's from Yerda, and that is where the ice court is located, right? He is a what's it called? A Druskel, yes. So a Druskel is the official name for the witch hunters in Yerda, and Matthias used to be one, right? That is the only reason Kaz is breaking him out of prison, right? But we saw how Nina was thinking about him before they even got to the prison, the way she was romanticizing his hair and his eyes and calling him beautiful. And now we see things from his perspective, and he's romanticizing her everything, her hair, her eyes, her body, how much he wants to. That's gonna be some serious hate fucking. Exactly. Mm, they're gonna go at it. Anyway, let us continue. It's just getting so interesting. In a windowless room, draped in black and crimson, Matthias listened silently to the strange words coming out of the pale, freakish boy's mouth. Matthias knew monsters. In one glance at Kaz Brecker had told him this was a creature who had spent too long in the dark. He'd brought something back with him when he crawled into the light. Matthias could sense it around him. He knew others laughed at Yerden's superstition, but he trusted his gut. Or he had, until Nina. Oof! He's always talking about her. He brings her up every single chance he gets. This boy is whipped. That had been one of the worst effects of her betrayal. Betrayal? The way he'd been forced to second guess himself. That doubt had almost been his undoing at Hellgate, where instinct was everything. He'd heard Brecker's name in prison, and the words associated with him: criminal prodigy, ruthless, amoral. They called him Dirty Hands because there was no sin he would not commit for the right price. And now this demon was talking about breaking into the ice court, about getting Matthias to commit treason. Again, Matthias corrected himself. I'd be committing treason again. So apparently he's committed treason before. We can only guess that he committed treason the first time because of Nina. He can't keep her name out of his goddamn mouth. He kept his eyes on Brecker. He was keenly aware of Nina watching him from the other side of the room. He could still smell her rose perfume in his nose, and even in his mouth. The sharp flower scent rested against his tongue, as if he were tasting her. Jesus fucking Christ. This guy is horny. This guy is thirsty. Get him some water. What? What are you talking about? You can taste her. That's just her perfume, boy. God damn. Are you guys hearing this? He wants her so bad. He wants her cookie so bad. He's going stupid with it. That is crazy. Oh my god. Look at him pining. Yo, poor thing. Anyways, let's continue. Okay. Matthias had woken bound and tied to a chair in what looked like some sort of gambling parlor. Nina must have brought him out of the stupor she'd placed him in. Nina must have brought him out of the stupor she'd placed him in. She was there, along with the bronze girl. Jesper, the long-limbed boy from the boat, sat in the corner with his bony knees drawn up, and a boy with ruddy gold curls doodled aimlessly on a scrap of paper atop a round table made for playing cards, occasionally gnawing on his thumb. Why did I say thumb like that? On his thumb. The table was covered with a crimson cloth, flocked with a repeating pattern of crows, and a wheel similar to the one used in the Hell Show arena, but with different markings. Had been. Oh, wait. Huh? And a wheel similar to the one used in the Hell Show arena, but with different markings, had been propped against the black lacquered wall. Matthias had the feeling that someone, probably Nina, Can we do a drinking game or a counting game for how many times this guy says Nina? Man, I wish I could go back and start the book from scratch, start the chapter from scratch, so we can see how many times he says Nina. If we took a shot for every time this guy said Nina, we'd be wasted. Okay. Matthias had the feeling that someone, probably Nina, had tended to more of his injuries while he was unconscious. The thought made him sick. Better clean pain than Grisha corruption. Sure. Then Brecker had started talking about a drug called Yurdaparem, about an impossibly high reward, and about the absurd idea of attempting a raid on the ice court. Matthias wasn't sure what might be fact or fiction, but it hardly mattered. When Brecker finally finished, Matthias simply said, "No." He's like that Bugs Bunny meme. He's like, "Nope, you can do that shit yourself. I'm gonna be right here." Believe me when I say this, Helva. I know getting knocked out and waking up and strange surroundings isn't the friendliest way to start a partnership. But you didn't give us many options, so try to open your mind to the possibilities. You could have come to me on your knees, and my answer would be the same. You do understand I can have you back at Hellgate in a matter of hours? Once poor Musin is in the infirmary, the switch will be easy. Do it. I can't wait to tell the warden your ridiculous plans. What makes you think you'll be going back with a tongue? Kaz, Nina protested. Do what you want, Matthias said. He wouldn't betray his country again. I told you, said Nina. Don't pretend to know me, witch, he snarled, his eyes trained on Brecca. He wouldn't look at her. He refused to. He wants her so bad. He knows if he looks at her, he's just going to drop to his knees and bark like he wants it. Which is real. He loves her so much. This is sick. Jesper unfolded himself from the corner. Now that they were out of the Hellgate crew, Matthias could see he had deep brown Zemeni skin and incongruous grey eyes. He was built like a stork. Without him, there's no job, said Jesper. We can't break into the ice court blind. Matthias wanted to laugh. You can't break into the ice court at all. The ice court wasn't an ordinary building. It was a compound, Yerda's ancient stronghold, home to an unbroken succession of kings and queens, repository of their greatest treasures and most sacred religious relics. It was impenetrable. Come now, Helvar, said the demon. Surely there's something you want. The cause is righteous enough for a zealot like you. Yerda may think they've caught a dragon by the tail, but they won't be able to hold on. Once Boyulbayur replicates this process, Yurda Perem will enter the market, and it's only a matter of time before others learn to manufacture it too. It will never happen. Yulbayur will stand trial, and if he's found guilty, he will be put to death. Guilty of what? Nina asked softly. Crimes against the people. Which people? He could hear the barely leashed anger in her voice. Natural people, Matthias replied. People who live in harmony with the laws of this world instead of twisting them for their own gain. Nina made a kind of exasperated snorting sound. The others just looked amused, smirking at the poor backward Yerden. Brum had warned Matthias that the world was full of liars, pleasure seekers, faithless heathens, and there seemed to be a concentration of them in this room. So what I'm guessing is that Yerda, right, is raised in some sort of extremely religious, like, ideology. They take it as their sacred mandate to hunt down witches because they quote unquote go against the laws of this world and are unnatural, right? That's why I think he's fighting with himself so much, because he loves her, right? But she's literally against every single thing he's been taught his entire life, right? Also, she landed him in prison, so there's that too. We don't know how she did it yet. We just know it's implied that he was in prison because of her, because she felt a lot of guilt when she was thinking about him, and he keeps saying that she has no right to be sad or to pity him, probably because he blames her for him being locked up. Apparently, I think he was locked up because he committed treason for her. Like, that's what he's implying. We'll see. Let's continue. Let's scroll down first. Okay, there it is. In this room, yeah. You're being short-sighted about this, Helvar, said Brecca. Another team could get to Yulbayur first. The Shu, maybe the Rafkins, all with their own agendas. Border disputes and old rivalries don't matter to the Kurch. All the Merchant Council cares about is trade, and they want to make sure Yurda Perem remains a rumor and nothing more. So leading criminals into the heart of Yerda to steal a valued prisoner is a patriotic act, Matthias said scornfully. I don't suppose the promise of 4 million CROWS will sway you either. Matthias spat. You can keep your money. Choke on it. Then a thought came to him. Vile. Barbaric. But the one thing that might allow him to return to Hellgate with peace in his heart. Even What? Hi there. Thank you for the raid, Masa. Hi, welcome in. Is it Masa Lucci or Masa Lucy? Welcome in. How are you? Thank you for the raid. OMG. How you doing? Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. We're just reading Six of Crows. We're in chapter 7. How you doing? How's your stream? What are you up to? Can we please get a shout out for Massa, please? Thank you. Amazing mods. Thank you. What the fuck? What's happening? What's happening, guys? Double raid? Hello? It's Terry! Hi! Oh my god! Thank you for the raid! I'm never sure if I should say Tyria or Tyria, because like I say both sometimes, depending. Hi, how are you? How was your stream? What were you up to? Thank you for the raid. For those who are incoming from both Massa's stream and Tyria's stream, Tyria, bruh. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Please feel free to correct me. But for those incoming, welcome in raiders. I am Lady Lucifera Malane, the Triple Luna Goddess and variety VTuber and streamer. Also your local Nigerian baddie with a focus on karaoke, reading, writing, and gaming. We're currently in the middle of reading, specifically chapter 7 of 6 of Crows. We're having a great time. This chapter is particularly horny. It's just a lot of whining and pining and just, you know, very extreme ways of saying how much they want to, you know, with the other person. But it's also kind of like a love-hate relationship. It's weird. They've got a weird thing going on. But yeah, welcome in. That's what we're doing. What were you guys up to? How are you? Hi. Oh my god, this is so crazy. Like, I know you on TikTok. Like, we're TikTok mutes. But that's it. That's it. And of course, I follow you on Twitch as well. But it's so good to see you, Tyria. Please tell me if I'm saying your name right. Is it Tyria or Tyria? Right? Because I know which one is easier for me to say, but I want to say it right. Anyways, welcome in raiders. Welcome in. Tell me what you guys were up to. What were you doing in your stream, Massa? Massa? What were you doing? What were you up to? For those who need to raid and run, I fully understand it. If you cannot stay, just thank you for stopping by. Tyria. Okay, awesome. Tyria it is. So Tyria, Massa, for if you need to raid and run, I fully understand. If you need to go do your after stream aftercare, feel free. Just thank you so much for the raid. I really, really appreciate you both. And for the raiders who need to go, if you're busy or you need to do something, or if you need to lurk, just feel free to do what you need to do, darlings. Thank you so very much for stopping by. Thank you for stopping by. It's so good to see you all. But yes, shall we get back to the horniest chapter in part 2 of 6 of Crows? Well, honestly, we don't know. It could get hornier. It really could get hornier because they are struggling. Matthias and Nina. I bet if Nina's the next one, she's just gonna keep talking about how much he's beautiful and how much he changed and how much he hates her, but how much she can't help loving him. It's just, you know what? Yeah, we're into it. The love-hate relationship is just a delicious dynamic, you know? All right, let's continue. All right, then let's see. Where did we stop? Okay. Oh, there we are. Allow me to shift over back here and then scroll down. There we go. All right. Matthias spat. You can keep your money. Choke on it. Then a thought came to him. Vile, barbaric, but the one thing that might allow him to return to Hellgate with peace in his heart, even if he didn't have a tongue in his head. He tilted back as far as his bonds would permit and focused all his attention on Brekka. I'll make a deal with you. I'm listening. I won't go with you, but I'll give you a plan for the layout of the court. That should at least get you past the first checkpoint. And what will this valuable information cost me? I don't want your money. I'll give you the plans for nothing. It shamed Matthias to say the words, but he spoke them anyway. If you let me kill Nina Zanik. Oh my god. Are you guys seeing this? I joined you for the raid train you hosted. Remember, that's how I know you. Oh my god, that's true. And that's so true. Ah, you just unlocked my memory. Thank you so much for participating back then, Tyria. It meant the world because I organized it too fast and I hadn't reached out to enough people or done enough promotions. And people were joining, and as they were joining, they were also canceling and leaving and rescheduling and all sorts of things. It was chaos. It was one of the most stressful like months of my life. VTubing wise, there was just so much going on. Holy shit. But yeah, thank you so much for joining that raid train, and thank you for your earlier raid, both you and Masaluci or Masalucci. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Just let me know. But yeah, let's settle in and continue reading. So he's said it. He's proposed a deal. He's not gonna go with them. He's gonna draw them a map, right? As long as they let him kill Nina. Sure. Kill Nina. That's what you want to do. Sure, we believe you. Lamau. The little bronze girl made a sound of disgust, her contempt for him clear, and the boy at the table stopped doodling, his mouth falling open. Kaz, however, didn't seem surprised. If anything, he looked pleased. Matthias had the uncomfortable sense that the demon had known exactly how this would play out. I can give you something better, said Kaz. What could be better than revenge? There's nothing else I want. I can make you a Druskell again. Are you a magician then? A way spirit who grants wishes? I'm superstitious, not stupid. You can be both, you know, but that's hardly the point. Cass slipped a hand into his dark coat. Here, he said, and gave a piece of paper to the bronze girl, another demon. This one walked with soft feet, like she drifted in from the next world, and no one had the good sense to send her back. She brought the paper up to his face for him to read. The document was written in Kirch and Yerden. He couldn't read Kirch. He'd only picked up the language in prison. But the Yerden was clear enough, and as his eyes moved over the page, Matthias's heart started to pound. In light of new evidence, Matthias Benedict Helvar is granted full and immediate pardon for all charges of slave trafficking. He is released on this day dash, with the apologies of the court, and will be provided transport to his homeland or a destination of his choosing, with all possible haste in the sincere apologies of this court and the Kirch government. Oh my god. Yeah, I would love to do it again, and if you ever do one again and need help, you can always DM me. I will absolutely keep that in mind, Tyria. Thank you for the offer. It's very sweet of you. I hope they get busy before the killing and not after. Ooh, biscuit. Me too. That I can't even imagine the other scenario. But yeah, I think they definitely will get busy, and if they don't, there's always fan fiction. I just feel uncomfortable reading anything about them because aren't they still technically teenagers? I'm pretty sure Matthias is 19 and Nina is like 17 or 18. Yeah, Nina's 17. So, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, let's continue. So, see, he says he promised that he could make him a Druskell again. And he dangles this little carrot. It's essentially like a full pardon. Google Docky. Ford! Hey, Ford. Petition to ban minors and teenagers from media with NSFW in it. Honestly, petition recognized and acknowledged in this court of law. Honestly, it was okay when I was a teenager myself, but the older I grew and the more aware of the world I was, I just became uncomfortable. I just personally became uncomfortable. I just couldn't do it. Hello, you beautiful motherfucker. Bookie book, exactly. We're doing the book Nook, and it's also NaNoWriMo. So after this, we're going to be writing some Yuri fanfiction. That's right. Yuri fanfic. Specifically, some Jinhua. Welcome in, Ford. I hope you're having a lovely Wednesday. Let's continue. What new evidence? Kaz leaned back in his chair. It seems Nina Zanik has recanted her statements. She will face charges of perjury. Now he did look at her. He couldn't stop it. He'd left bruises on her graceful throat. Look at the way he describes her every single chance he gets. That is crazy. I have a fun fact of a wall of text for later. Absolutely. Hit me with it after. I'd love to hear it. Okay. Perjury. Oh, wait. He'd left bruises on her graceful throat. Who describes the throat of an enemy like that? Can you imagine? Look at the way he was. He's so. Anyways, he told himself to be glad of it. Perjury. How long will you serve for that, Zinni? 2 months, she said quietly. 2 months? Now he did laugh, long and hard. I know something else that's long and hard. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I couldn't help it. It was right there. It was ripe for the picking. I don't care if it was low-hanging fruit. He's horny. He's making horny statements and thinking horny thoughts. If I see long and hard next to him, I'm gonna make a joke. That's just how it's gonna be. That's just how it is. Okay. Let's continue. Yeah, Biscuit, you know what's up. Okay. Let's continue reading. Now he did laugh, long and hard. I'm so immature. His body twitched with it. His body twitched? After long and hard? What's going on? Lucy TMI. You guys know what this channel's all about. His body twitched with it, as if it were prison constricting his muscles. The others watched him with some concern. I know where you can find a lot of long and hard things. The back of Spencer's gifts. They sell Bag Dragon now. Oh wow, what a misdirect. I did not expect that that's where you were going with that, but I should have expected it. Thank you for letting us know, Ford. Alright. The others watched him with some concern. Just how crazy is he? Asked Jesper, fingers drumming on the pearl handles of his revolvers. Brekka shrugged. He's not what I'd call reliable, but he's all we've got. 2 months. Probably in some cozy prison where she'd charm every guard into bringing her fresh bread and fluffing her pillows. Look at how much swag he thinks she has. Look how much riz he thinks she has. 2 months. 2 months. Probably in some cozy prison where she'd charm every guard into bringing her fresh bread and fluffing her pillows. Or maybe she'd just talk them into letting her pay a fine that her rich Grisha keepers back in Ravka could cover for her. She can't be trusted, you know, he said to Brekka. Whatever secrets you hope to gain from Boyur Bayur, she'll turn them over to Ravka. Let me worry about that, Helvar. You do your part, and the secrets of Yubayul in Yurleparem will be in the hands of the people best equipped to make sure they stay rumors. 2 months. Nina would serve her time and return to Ravka 4 million crews richer, never giving him another thought. But if this pardon was real, then he could go home too. Home? Oh, this poor thing. He's been in prison for so long. That's crazy. But he's so mad at her that she only has to serve 2 months and he had to serve like an entire oh, we have ads in 3 minutes. Like an entire I don't know how long, but he's been there at least 6 months, right? And not just that, but fighting for his life in the worst conditions ever. Alright? Oh my gosh. There's a reason Spencer's Gifts is still open, just carrying Bad Dragon. Saved their company. It brought the under 30 crowd in. I don't even know what Bad Dragon is. I'm sorry. Am I supposed to know what it is? I wonder how many people are buying BBs as gifts. Happy Christmas, Grandma! I mean, I bought one for an ex when she was headed back to her home country. I feel like I would understand that better if I knew what Bad Dragons were. Maybe someone who knows can drop it in the Discord. Biscuit, perhaps? You seem to know what we're talking about. I'm clueless. Monster dildos! Oh. Everything you guys just said within the last 5 minutes is 100% more funny now. Like 100% funnier. Oh my god, you bought it for your ex? Merry Christmas, Grandma! Bad Dragon is a sex toy company geared towards monster fuckers and furries? Would you mind giving me their website? I'm kidding. I'm not kidding. Anyways, the real ones, you know where to find me. I'm kidding. No, I'm not. Anyways, let's Lucy, what? 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 I've said it before and I'll say it again. Monster fucking is legal in this channel. I'm not gonna shame you for it. Why would I? Nothing happened.
Sorry.
I appreciate you obliviating everyone, Biscuit. That's right. I didn't say anything. I have no idea what the fuck y'all talking about. Thanks for the redeem. Next. Let's keep reading. Oh my god. Look, I care about my partners. I'm not so self-absorbed that I think this dildo is going to replace how she felt about my schlong. That was very loud. I'm so sorry. Oh no. I can reduce it. Let me see. Over here in... Is it a... It's in... Twitch... It's in channel points. Yes, Twitch channel points. And then we have... It's called... What is it called? Obliviate. There it is. And then... I can... What? Anyways, I cannot apparently reduce the volume the way I thought I could. I will fix it later. Please remind me, guys, to fix it later if it's because it was too loud. I don't want it to blow your ears out as well as obliviate you. And we Italians are louder. Oh my god. Ford. What is going on here? Y'all got Spencer's in Italy? That is a good question. The way my eyes widened with what I heard. Nah, this channel is for them freakies, okay? We're all freaks in here, and it's okay. It's okay. It's okay to be a freak. In fact, it's highly encouraged. Just be a freak with respect. That's all I ask. Alright? Be a respectful freak. Respect people's boundaries. Respect their pronouns. Respect them as people. And freak out. Freak the freak out to your content. What do you mean me? I'm innocent. What do you mean we? I'm innocent. Sentient. Liar's pants catch on fire. All I'm telling you right now is that you should probably look down and water yourself because your pants are currently on fire because you're a fucking liar. You're freaky deaky as heck. You think I'm not in your chat when you're even when you're not playing date everything. Oh my god. I'm American, so partially Italian, but I'm Appalachian Italian. Yes, that is a thing. I'm basically a hillbilly. Whoa. A hillbilly redneck that has a heightened palate. Wow. You should come take them off me. Ayy, meet me after stream, babe. I'm not kidding. Anyways, let's continue. Alright, where were we? Ah, yes, he was reminiscing about going home. The poor dear. This boy is sick of everybody's bullshit. He just wants to go home. Home. He'd imagined breaking out of the hell gates plenty of times, but he'd never really put his mind to the idea of escape. What life was there for him on the outside? With the charge of slaver hanging around his neck, he could never return to Yerda. Even if he could have borne the disgrace, he'd have lived each day as a fugitive from the Kurch government, a marked man. He knew he could eke out a life for himself in Novi Zem, but what would have been the point? This was something different. If the demon Brecker spoke the truth, Matthias would get to go home. The longing for it twisted in his chest, to hear his language spoken, to see his friends again, to taste semla filled with sweet almond paste, to feel the bite of the northern wind as it came roaring over the ice, to return home and be welcomed there without the burden of dishonor. With his name cleared, he could return to his life as a Driscoll, and the price would be treason. And this guy's making me miss home. That's crazy. What if Boyul Beyur is dead? He asked Brecker. Van Eck insists he isn't. But how could the merchant caste spoke of truly understand Yerden ways? If there hadn't been a trial yet, there would be, and Matthias could easily predict the outcome. His people would never free a man with such terrible knowledge. Yeah, they kill him. He's like, you don't know my people. They would kill that guy. He's dead. What does an Italian hillbilly put on a pizza? I don't know, Biscuit. What do they? What do they put on pizza? Hmm? Hillbilly, a term used in both endearing and insulting contexts referring to. Yes, I'm aware. I just didn't expect it. And also, freaking Twitch had modded it out. So Twitch mod had like stopped it from being there. I had to allow it. But yeah, referring to peoples in the American Appalachian Mountains. Yes, American Appalachian because a section of the mountains are actually in Scotland. That's how old they are. Yeah, I heard the Appalachians are one of the oldest mountain ranges on Earth. Isn't that cool? That's cool, guys. Apparently, they're so old that they used to be trees. I don't know how true that is. I heard a rumor one day and it just stuck in my mind. I was like, that would be cool for like a fantasy world, you know? We put on the same things y'all do. Damn. I thought Biscuit was actually setting up for a joke. Not that it was a literal question. All right, let's continue. We still have to write some fan fiction, guys. Okay. His people would never free a man with such terrible knowledge. But what if he is, Brekka? You still get your pardon. Even if their quarry was already ashes on the pyre, Matthias would have his freedom. At what cost, though? He'd made mistakes before. He'd been foolish enough to trust Nina. He'd been weak, and he would carry that shame for the rest of his life. But he'd paid for his stupidity in blood and misery in the stink of the Hellgate, and his crimes had been meager things, the actions of a naive boy. This was so much worse. To reveal the secrets of the Ice Court, to see his homeland once more, only to know that every step he took, there was an act of treason. Could he do such a thing? Brum would have laughed in their faces, torn that pardon to pieces. But Kaz Brekka was smart. He clearly had resources. What if Matthias said no, and against all odds, Brekka and his crew still found their way into the Ice Court and stole the shoe scientist? Or what if Brekka was right and another country got there first? It sounded like Perem was too addictive to be useful to Grisha. But what if the formula fell into Ravkan hands and they somehow managed to adapt it to make Ravka's Grisha, its second army, even stronger? If he was part of this mission, Matthias could make sure Boyur Bayur never took another breath outside the Ice Court's walls, or he could arrange for some kind of accident on the trip back to Kerch. Before Nina, before Hellgate, I'm just scroll there. Before Nina, before Hellgate, he never would have considered it. Now he found he could make this bargain with himself. He would join the demon's crew, earn his pardon, and when he was a Driscoll once more, Nina Zanik would be his first target. He'd hunt her in Kerch, in Ravka, whatever hole or corner of the world she thought would keep her safe. He would run Nina Zanik to the ground and make her pay in every way imaginable. Ugh. Death would be too good. He'd have her thrown into the most miserable cell in the Ice Court, where she'd never be warm again. He'd toy with her as she toyed with him. He'd offer her salvation and then deny it. He'd gift her with affection and small kindnesses, then snatch them away. He would save her every tear she shed. What the fuck? Sorry. He would save her every tear she shed and replace that sweet green flower scent with the salt of his sorrow on his tongue. Are you hearing this guy, guys? He is crazy. Come in. Come in. Come in. Hi. Guys, it's Milu. Everybody, you gotta thank Milu. Milu kept me going last night when I had no hope. After stream, Milu encouraged me and was there for me and cried with me and everything. So, guys, say hi, Milu.
Hey everyone, hi sweet, hi sweet. Hot, 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 hot.
Yeah.
기다요.
What's up? So we have to be there by then. 12, I think. Yes, I think so. Yeah. 1 2. Yes. It's right here.
You're awesome. Stop.
Look, Senti says hi too.
Hi, hi, hi. Minasa daijoubu ka? Genki desu ka? I'll assume you said yes. Yokatta ne. Hi, dozo, 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 dozo. Arigato, arigato.
Bye. Bye. See you. See you. See you. We love you. We miss you. Tell us when next you're gonna be streaming. Yeah, come promote yourself. Quickly. No. Wow. They said no. Anyways, let's continue. Very principled. All right, guys. Let us continue. Where were we? Ah, yes. He was talking about how much he was going to torture Nina. Did you hear the way he... Guys, I'm going to repeat this fucking paragraph just because. Just because. Look. He would join the demon's crew, earn his pardon, and when he was a Driscoll once more, Nina Zanik would be his first target. He'd hunt her in Kerch, in Ravka, whatever hole or corner of the world she thought she would keep her safe. He would run Nina Zanik to the ground and make her pay in every way imaginable. Death would be too good. He'd have her thrown into the most miserable cell in the ice court, where she'd never be warm again. He'd toy with her as she toyed with him. He'd offer her salvation and then deny it. He'd gift her with affection and small kindnesses, then snatch them away. He would save her every tear she shed and replace that sweet green flower scent with the salt of her sorrow on his tongue. That means he wants to lick her tears, bro. He is freaky. I don't know what's going on with this guy, but he needs a lot of therapy. Even so, the words were bitter in Matthias's mouth when he said, "I'll do it." Brecca winked at Nina, and Matthias wanted to knock his teeth in. "When I've dealt Nina her life's share of misery, I'll come for you." He caught witches. How different could it be to slay a demon? The bronze girl folded up the document and handed it to Brecca, who slipped it into his breast pocket. Matthias felt like he was watching an old friend, one he'd never hoped to see again, vanish into a crowd, and he was powerless to call out. "We're going to untie you." I'm going to scroll down a little bit. "We're going to untie you," said Brecca. "I hope prison hasn't robbed you of all your manners or good sense." Matthias nodded, and the bronze girl took a knife to the ropes binding him. "I believe you know Nina," Brecca continued. "The lovely girl freeing you is Ine, our thief of secrets and the best in the trade. Jesper Fahy is our sharpshooter. He's a many born, but try not to hold it against him. And this is Wyland, best demolitions expert in the barrel." "Rask is better," Ina said. The boy looked up, ruddy gold hair flopping in his eyes, and spoke for the first time. "He's not better, he's reckless. He knows his trade." "So do I." "Barely," Jesper said. "Wyland is new to the scene," admitted Brecca. "Of course he's new. He looks like he's about 12, retorted Matthias. "I'm 16, said Wyland suddenly. Matthias doubted that. 15 at the most. The boy didn't even look as if he'd started shaving. In fact, at 18, Matthias suspected he was the oldest of the bunch. Okay, so Matthias is 18. Nina is 17. Ine and Kaz are also 17. So is Jesper, I think. And these really are all kids. I mean, may or may not have had an ex like that. Ford. An ex into like freaky deaky shit? Who wanted to lick your tears? And choke you out and make you suffer while you begged them for mercy? Oh, damn. Okay. Good for you. Good for you. Actually, good for you. I mean, if you were into that, good for you. If you weren't into that, then I am so sorry. You have my condolences. Yeah, it depends on you. Did it just get hot in here? It's not my fault. It's this fucking chapter. The whole thing has been filled with how much these two people want to fuck. Well, specifically Matthias, and how much he wants to fuck Nina. But he keeps denying it to himself, so he keeps trying to mask it by saying, "No, I just want to kill her. I just want her to suffer. While I lick her tears, while I wrap my hands around her graceful neck." These are his words, by the way, not mine. So yeah, blame Matthias, guys. He got it bad, okay? Anyway, let's finish up. We're almost done. Matthias doubted that. 15 at the most. The boy didn't even look as if he'd started shaving. In fact, at 18, Matthias suspected that he was the oldest of the bunch. Brecca's eyes were ancient, but he couldn't be any older than Matthias. For the first time, Matthias really looked at the people around him. What kind of team is this for a mission so perilous? Treason wouldn't be an issue if they were all dead, and only he knew exactly how treacherous this endeavor might prove. We should be using Rask, Jesper said. He's good under pressure. I don't like it, agreed Ine. I didn't ask, said Kaz. Besides, Wyland isn't just good with the flint and fuss, he's our insurance. Against what? Asked Nina. Meet Wyland Van Eck, said Brecca. Oh my god, I'm sick. Meet Wyland Van Eck, said Kaz Brecca, as the boy's cheeks flooded crimson. Jan Van Eck's son, and our guarantee on 30 million CROWS. This boy is brilliant. I'm glad she hasn't died. Yeah, duh. I'm not playing any games. But guys, Kaz Brecca is brilliant. He went and specifically, he didn't choose the best demolitions expert in the job. He chose someone who happened to be a demolitions expert. He chose someone who happened to be a demolitions expert and also just happened to be Van Eck's kid. The person who gave him the fucking heist in the first place. As a way to guarantee that he makes it out alive of this goddamn heist. I'm sick. But that brings us to the end of chapter 7. Yippee! We did so good. In fact, that deserves a motherfucking round of applause. Do you agree? I agree. I agree. I agree. I agree. That brings us to the end of chapter 7. Oh my god, I had so much fun. That chapter was really mostly just Matthias letting us know he was horny as fuck for Nina. And I don't blame him, because she sounds gorgeous, for real. Alright, I'm gonna put my bookmark in, and I'm going to drop the book. What did we think of that chapter, guys? What are our thoughts? Are we excited for the next chapter? The team has officially been assembled. Kaz Brecca has assembled his team for the heists of all heists. How is this going to happen? Like, with Matthias and Nina in the same team, there's bound to be sparks flying, both literal and figuratively. With freaking Ine and Kaz, though, those two are crazy. Ine, Kaz, and Jesper have worked together for a long time. Wyland Van Eck, we've heard, he's the demolitions expert and also their insurance. So that's how many people now? That's Kaz, Ine, Nina, Matthias, Jesper, and Wyland. 6 people for the 6 of Crows heist. Wonderful. I'm so excited. Orgasmic. Okay. Oh, wait, I mean, she wanted to try doming. And, well, she very quickly snowballed. And yes, it was mutual enjoyment. Just shocking to watch her switch so hard from Ubu to can you please wear your work handcuffs for me? You lucky bastard. You lucky bastard. I'm happy for you, Ford. Like, wonderful. Keep flexing on us, I guess. Look at you. Look at you, Ford. Look at you, the best of both worlds. Ah. Wow, it must be nice. I think Matthias might have been tumescent throughout that whole breakout. What's tumescent? That's such an interesting word. Immediate Googling. Tumescent meaning swollen. Oh, biscuit. It can describe a physical state or a figurative one. Oh, the swelling of erectile tissues during sexual arousal. I see. You learn something new every day. Every single day. Somebody write that down. Somebody quote that. Tumescent. Swollen. Ha. Good one, Biscuit. Anyways, yes, I do agree with you. 100% he was hard the whole time. That guy was bricked up. The way he kept on talking, like he... And did you remember the way he described his dreams about her? They were practically sex fantasies. You know? The way he described her body and everything. Nah, bruh. He was hard the whole time. That's why he refused to look at her. He was gonna bust. He was like, don't look at her, don't look at her, don't look at her. Ugh. Anyways, that is chapter 7. I had oodles of fun, so much fun, and I think it's time for us to do our thing. And by do our thing, I literally mean it's time for us to write fan fiction of our own. So let me bring it up this way, and then 1 second while I configure everything in the background. Booyah.
I just don't like
Oh.
you know how.
There we go. You didn't hear anything. Obliviate. That was no one. Anyways. The way I'm trying to play it off like nothing happened. Obliviate. Okay. I think I have everything ready now. This is the fanfiction that we were working on last time. Let me show you guys. Bye bye, Six of Crows. Until next Wednesday. For chapter 7. Wait, no, this was chapter 7. For chapter 8 is what I meant. Okay, so this is the eating scene. Boom. Chakalaka. Pow. Can you guys see it? You guys see? Are you guys aware of seeing? Can you guys see? You guys see? Yeah. This part is going to be a little bit boring. So this is wall of text. Yes, please. Time for... You don't have to violently crack your knuckles. It's okay. Wall of text time. I heard a sexy sounding guy. Who? What do you mean? Why is this not showing? What's going on? Allow me to... I don't know what's happening. Oh, wait a second. There we go. That's what's happening. All right. Let's read your wall of text, Ford. Damn, that is a wall of text. Ford's fun facts. Look, you already got a segment. Harrison Ford was stoned out of his goddamn mind every single morning while filming the Indiana Jones movies. Really? How? Like on purpose, or was it a mistake? His driver later revealed that Harrison smoked on the ride to set every single morning, and one morning he showed up with a saucepan. Driver, Harry, why do you have a saucepan? Harrison, I ran out of papers. And Harrison lifted the lid to reveal a plume of smoke, to which he just shoved his face in the middle and snorted up the smoke like a lunatic. That is very interesting. You only see blue screen, Lucy? You can see it now though, right? You can see it now though, right? Goodness gracious. To be honest, that's fair. If it was like Mary Jane, yeah, I understand it. But, you know, that's literally the only herb I do. Anything else, I don't do. I haven't even tried shrooms yet, and I don't think I ever will. Well, I might try them in a controlled environment, surrounded by, like, people I trust. But it's not something that I'm actively, like, looking forward to. It's not on my bucket list, you know? Like that. Harrison Ford is a well-documented Omega-level stoner on par with Willie Nelson. Really? Okay, good for him. Good for him. Good for him. We see it now. Oh, awesome. Thank you, Biscuit. All right, guys. So this is how far we've gone last time, right? 5 times. We settled on a 5 times fic, essentially. So 5 times plus 1 time. So it would be 5 times so happened plus 1 time so happened. And I decided, since this was like a bodyguard AU, right? Because, you know, Sanhua is actually Jinxi's bodyguard in the game. I figured that it would make sense for her to be a bodyguard in modern times because it's a modern AU as well. And the premise is essentially that Jinxi is this orphan child to a great prestigious Chinese family, right? A Chinese family, like, very with a lot of power in politics, which is probably why her parents are dead. Yeah, that's a good world building. If you're powerful in politics, you might not live long. If you're the wrong kind of powerful. Anyways, let me write that down. So this part is gonna be a little bit boring because I tend to get really quiet when I'm writing. I tend to lock the fuck in. So what we're gonna do is that we're gonna make it kind of like a co-working stream. So if you got anything you want to work on in the background, now's a good time to pull it out. Pull it out. I'm kidding. Anyways, if you're working on anything in the background, if you want to draw something, if you want to read something, and if you just want to or if you want to write something as well, don't forget it is NaNoWriMo for us writers out there. If you want to work on lore, Cash, I'm looking at you. Wifey, I'm looking at you too, but that's just because you love to work on lore. Wifey. But yes, if you want to work on anything, just bring it up and write with me, essentially. We can write together. We can be co-writers. Anyways, let me see. What exactly am I doing? Yeah, so that's my premise. And let me read it and see where I stopped. The first time Jinshi brushed with death, she was barely 4 years old. She was already a precocious child. Only 4 years old, but already babbling and waddling all over the place, legs shaky but sure, filled with curiosity as she explored the world around her. Jinshi didn't really understand much about the brilliant blanket of shining white that had fallen. Wait. It was a fateful winter night. There we go. It's very basic, but I don't care. Sometimes the most basic thing is all you need. It was a fateful winter's night. Oh, should I say winter's night instead of winter night? Yeah, I like that. It was a fateful winter's night. What the fuck? Give me my... Huh? Jinshi didn't really understand much about the brilliant blanket of shining white that had fallen and encompassed everything for the last few days, that early winter evening. You know what? That sentence is way too long. I'm just chop it up. All her tiny mind had understood was pretty white and one to touch, and that was the leading thought that guided her away from the watchful eye of Nanny Shi Ying as she made it past the living room. Past her. All the way to the living room and towards the glass double doors leading to the courtyard. She had only meant to wander towards the garden, but somehow her stubby little legs had walked far enough. She was down the snow-laden garden path, garden path of the pavilion. By the time her little legs got tired, I see why I put that in red now. It doesn't make any sense. Like, flow-wise, it doesn't really work with it. I'm always writing new AUs for my lore and OCs, lol. Lucy TM. I'm going to crack sex jokes, guys. It's just a must. Instead of calling me out, just quote it. I have quotes enabled now. That's true. I almost forgot. Guys, I have quotes enabled. Can someone please write enable quotes? And you'll be able to see. Wait, let me reject this. Yeah, and then come back to... Boom. Oh, making them up anyway. That's all. That's literally what it's about, man. That's all it's about, wifey. Bro, Disney really pissing me off. You drop a 3rd season to the Star Wars anime and you don't fucking promote it. I think... Was it you that was complaining in Senti's chat about this just like a couple days ago? Yesterday? Was it yesterday? Day before yesterday? I could have sworn. Yeah, I think it was yesterday. Was it you in Senti's chat that was complaining about this, or was it Senti? Like, and you got Steve Buscemi, and George Tekel. Bro, it's been out for almost a month. To Conios. I forgot you were collabing with her. Yeah, I was lurking in her stream at first before I hopped on the collab. What's quotes enabled do? So essentially, if you write add quote, if you press command add quote, you can quote something I wrote and it will like keep the quote. Wait, let me see. Let me look at I want to make sure I'm giving you the right information. So let me open my stream elements and double check that actually. But yeah, you can essentially quote the stuff I say now. It's over here in commands. Yeah, custom commands. It's not custom, it's normal. So it's like so just type in add quotes, like command add quote, and then you write the thing that you want to quote, and it will keep it, and it will give it a tag number. So if you ever want to bring up the quote, you just add like, then you just put the command to bring up that specific quote. I'm looking for the commands. I cannot find them. Give me a second. So it's command quote, which is show a random quote or search ID by text, and you can write quote add essentially. So you can write command quote add, like all of this all at once, or command quote remove to add and remove quotes, pretty much. Yes, and I'm still angry about it. I'm sure it's okay. Like that's how I felt with Elementals as well. I really, really think Elementals was a great movie that Pixar made, and Disney refused to promote it. I still separate them. I know it's Disney Pixar now, but in my mind, Disney is separate, Pixar is separate, DreamWorks is separate, Sony is separate. Okay, thank you. In terms of animations, at least, they are all different. When Elementals came out, they did this movie dirty. They didn't give it any help, any love, any promotion, despite the fact that it was a beautiful story about immigration, right? How hard it can be to integrate into a new land, how hard it can be for your children, the pressure that is placed on those children, whether or not it is intentional, right? Because you have left everything behind, there's pressure on your kids to succeed. And the story of Ember resonated with me so hard as a first gen like immigrant, right? Who's the daughter of like immigrants as well, but like they're immigrants to different places. So we're all just flying all around the world. But yeah, it resonated with me because in my head I've never had the option to fail. Failure is not an option for me. That's why whenever I encounter it, it hits me so hard, and it can be so debilitating. And the idea that you do not have power over your life, not because you weren't given power or autonomy, but because doing anything else except the expectations of those who sacrificed everything for you feels like a spit in the face. It feels like, it feels like throwing away their sacrifice, like spitting on their sacrifice. Like, yeah, I know you left everything behind, and you dedicated your entire life into making sure that we were established in this new foreign country, and that we had a life, and that it was a good life, and that we could pursue our dreams and such. But they didn't get to pursue their dreams. They gave everything. They worked hard, several jobs, did everything, invested everything in you. So whenever, even if you go out into the world and you want to do your own thing, you can't help but feel that you have to succeed. You just have to. That's why a lot of immigrant kids go into STEM related fields, or fields that are known or associated with a lot of money, right? Because the immigrant parents would be like, yeah, go be a doctor, go be an engineer, go be a freaking pharmacist, go be go be an astronaut or whatever. Just go make money, go give me the return on investment that I put into you, essentially. So, and unfortunately, these immigrant parents tend to have a lot of creative kids, so we end up wanting to be writers or singers or actors and actresses, or musical or musicians or something, things that creative fields that are, or an artist, things that are considered quote unquote non what's that word for something that makes money. I forgot what it is, but there's a particular adjective I'm thinking of. So just when we're placed in that position, we feel like we cannot pursue those dreams. We have to go for the quote unquote the thing that will work, the thing that will bring in money. Lucrative. Yes, sentient. Oh, I love you so much. Mwah. Yes, lucrative was the exact word I was thinking. But yes, if we feel like if we're not going to a lucrative career, we're spitting on the face of our parents' sacrifice. So the story of Ember, the story of Elemental really resonated with me, right? There was also, of course, the romantic part, which I also enjoyed, but that immigrant story really resonated with me. And I was watching the interview of the Korean American director, I believe, who based the story on his own experiences as an immigrant. And I was just like, this movie deserves a lot more love, but they barely promoted it. They barely like marketed it. I barely heard about it. I only was like, I saw it like once or twice, and I just happened to be like, this looks interesting. Let me watch it. You know, when people were having misconceptions that it was just, oh, Romeo Juliet but water fire, knockoff Zootopia but water fire but elements, it makes no sense, blah 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 blah. Like, when have Disney movies made sense ever? You know, for fuck's sake. It just pissed me off because it was such a good movie. It really was. The message was beautiful, and it really highlighted certain things, certain systemic issues, but of course they didn't give it any love. Whatever. Bro, Star Wars Visions is my favorite Star Wars show. Representation hits every corner of the globe with the studios. Africa, East Asia, South Asia, South America, Ireland, England, and on and on and on. We all got shifted around on boats, and anyone who denies it is in self denial, period. Wait, I just reread that? Reread what? Reread what? My brother is like that. He's Chinese, and I am very much not. He became a very successful businessman, and I am still a very, very broke redneck. His connection to his bio parents allowed him a lot of connections within the Chinese community internationally. Yeah, it can be like that. More than anyone, I understand the need for connections in this world. It's so fucked up, but more and more, it's becoming a game of who you know, and not even how well you're qualified for something, or how hard you worked for it, or how much you invested in it. You know, it's fucked up. I should be writing. The Blue Dragon Pond, or as the family referred to it. Family informally referred to it there. The Joy Pond was where she had stopped when the dark had begun to settle. The snow, which had looked so glittering, so... Wait, didn't I say glittering earlier? No, I said shining. I think I should put glittering here. I don't know why. To me, it just makes sense. And I put shiny here. So shiny and magical under the warmth and heat of the afternoon sun now had an eerie quality to it, dampening the sound to a chilling quiet. No, it would be better to write dampening all sound to a chilling quiet. Paired with the unforgiving biting cold of a fast approaching winter's night and a belly aching with hunger, the snow didn't look so beautiful anymore. And then it dawned on her that she was alone. Is that a better sentence than it suddenly dawned on her that she was alone? I think and then it dawned is better. Suddenly just feels so, I don't know. Something about suddenly just takes out the actual suddenly in a sentence. I don't know if you guys know what I mean. And then it dawned on her that she was alone. It was dark, scary, cold, and she was all alone. Her little face crumpled with fear, tears streaming down her frostbitten cheeks as she sat tiredly by the pond, hoping her cries will lure around instead of lure forth a familiar face that would take her home where there was food and warmth and her soft, cozy friends. Aww. And though the snow had taken its time this year, it had fallen heavily and non-stop for the last 4 days, and the Zhang family compound was expansive. Oh, what did I write it like that? It's but the snow. The fuck? But the snow had taken its time this year and had fallen heavily and non-stop for the last... Joe! Chester! Hi, guys. Unfortunately, you missed chapter 7. But that's okay. You can catch up with the VODs. Right now, we're just writing Yuri fanfiction. How are you guys? Joe, Jester. Wow, you guys came together, huh? You're hanging out without us? Is that how this is? Is that how this is? Welcome in, Jester and Joe. I hope you guys had a lovely day. I hope you're okay. If you're tired, that's more than all right. This is where you come to rest. We're having a very nice cozy stream. We're just relaxing and chilling. So feel free to, settle in one of our very, very cozy pillows and just, just chill. Just chill. Just chill. Get some warm, hot cocoa or tea. Depends on you. I do not give coffee at this time. And grab a little snacky, settle in, and just rest for a bit. Of course we came together. Oh, Jester. The way I knew that you were setting up for that. Sent to you too. Was at the theater? Okay. Bro, I woke up, went to the gym, and I ache. Oh, poor thing. So Jester was at the gym, and Joe had a nice time at the theater. That's nice. I'm steeping Ribena. No way. I miss Ribena. I miss Ribena and what's that other one? Oh my god. It's like a sachet and the straw is in the middle of the top and you chuck it in. Oh god. It's got like the pattern on it is like blue up top because it's the sky, and then it's like yellow underneath. Starts with an S or something. I don't know if I'm getting it. Capri Sun, yes, Capri Sun. How did you guys know Capri Sun and Ribena? But yeah, I miss those two drinks so much. And good old Zobo. Oh, thank you for all the daily offerings, Senti, Joe. I appreciate it. Thank you for the hydrate chat, Joe. You heard him. Guys, drink some water. Stay hydrated. If you haven't drank some cocoa, some tea, some water, some juice, some Ribena, some Zobo, some Capri Sun, grab your fluids now and drink them. Lucy can't remember Capri Sun. It's not my fault. My brain is made of Swiss cheese. You already knew. What's up? I refuse to apologize. That shit tasted like ass to me. Really? You hated Capri Sun? I thought you loved Yash. Oh my god. Here we go again. See ya, Jester. I don't know how to protect you. If Senti decides to lash you, you can't fight back. Just remember that you cannot fight back. Okay? I still remember the very fateful day I gave everybody the ability to lash everybody else, but only mods had the ability to punish. That was a very fun, chaotic stream, wasn't it? Okay, so let's continue. We need to at least write the first number one thing on the list. Come in. Okay. Wait, why? You're right. An hour passed. Then oh wait, it doesn't make sense for them to not find her. She needs to like get into some sort of crevice, right? Okay, you know what? I need some baby dialogue. Okay, this will come after. Run out of tears. And she was even more tired than she was when she got here. The snow had started up again. And if it was cold before, it was freezing now. Little Chi. I don't know if I wrote that right, but whatever. Remembered one of her. Oh my god, I'm about to do some stupid research. Her favorite fairy tales of the little princess who had to be brave before she could be safe. She whispered to herself, I can be brave. Oh, baby. so cute. All right. What the fuck is this supposed to be? Oh, of. Okay. Okay. Whoa, I've missed so much. Oh my god. Lucy said he wasn't even thinking of doing it. I don't know that. You don't know that. You think I don't know my spouse? I know my spouse a lot better than you do, okay? I loved Capri Sun as a kid. No, because Tyria, it was so fucking elite. I loved that. I don't know why, but I love that sachet so fucking much. Bring back community lashing. Okay, sure. Fun story. First time I watched the Mario movie, I was stoned. That's, you know what? Imagine having weed, right? I don't even get me started. Miss it so bad. It's been ages. It's been practically a year now. I'm not used to it. Oh, I am, but like, oh, I miss it so much. Mary Jane, come back to me. Because I was stoned, I didn't recall if I watched it or not the next morning. Damn. You must have been far gone. Then I decided to try. Wait, then I decided to try rewatching again while stoned again. Because I believed I hadn't watched it. Then I noticed some scenes were so familiar. Do you know it wasn't until I got to the end that I realized I'd watched the whole movie before? You double stacked the stoning. You were like, yeah, no, I was stoned the first time, so maybe I need to be stoned the second time. So that I guarantee you, if you were sober when you were watching the second time, you would have realized sooner that you'd watched it. Little Mao. But the next morning, I woke up again thinking I didn't finish it. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? I would ship to you guys, but they would jail my life. Yeah, God, shipping anything out of Nigeria is crazy expensive, man. Crazy expensive. I don't know how my mom does it. She'd just be like, yeah, I asked someone to bring me a whole bucket of dried fish. I'm like, how? Yeah, this person helped me with Gary, Jebu Gary. I'm like, Jebu Gary. She's like, yes. And I got this person to get me sardine and ofada rice. I'm just looking at her like this. I'm like, well done. I'm so happy for you, mama. So happy. I can't hate. Make her way towards the little grotto she loved to hide in when she was playing, when she was hiding away from her boring tutors there. And she was a smart girl. Yes. She knew it was around here somewhere. Look at me writing fan fiction for you guys. Damn. Dun, dun, dun. By the way, I'm not sure if I'm right. What's a grotto again? I need to be double sure. What does it look like? Yeah, it's an artificial cave-like structure. Okay, I'll have to specify that it's near the pond. Okay. Grotto near the pond she loved to play in. And she was hiding away from her boring tutors. After a few minutes of searching, she found it. And scurried her way inside. The snow was fully flurrying around her now, and she Couldn't help but be grateful for the little bit of shelter. How do little 4-year-olds talk? I don't know if they can write, if they can say I can be brave. Wouldn't it be I be braves or something? Or I's bees brave? Because they're very bad at like conjugation. So instead of I am brave or I can be brave, they're not gonna put, yeah, sentences is watered down to like the most basic of structures. The most basic. It's like season 2 of Fallout hits next month, and I'm much more excited because Macaulay Culkin is in it as a murdering motherfucker. Really? Depends on the kid. Yeah, yeah. Lucy writing peak for us. You know it. It does depend on the kid. I think for her, it would be. She's 4, right? No matter how smart she is, she's still 4. Even if she's writing, even if she's saying full ass sentences, which yeah, at 4 years old, you are pretty much babbling a lot at this age, and a lot of it is sounds like nonsense. I think she'll write ISB's brave. That makes more sense for her. I don't know why in my head. I can change it later. After a few minutes, she found it and scurried her way inside. The cold snow was fully flurrying around her now. Yeah, but congratulate herself. Now, she's not going to be thinking in full sentences. To sit and wait for Nanny Sheeing to find her. An hour passed. Then 2. She had begun shivering. 3 hours ago. Okay, now I have to research frostbite and how it settles in. Frostbite time frame step by step. I don't know. Google will understand what I'm talking about. Okay, so so it's over hours. Yeah. Okay, so minutes to hours. Symptoms, action. I heard you. Guys, unfortunately, like I told you, stream cannot be too long. I've got 20 minutes left before I gotta end stream. So let's try and write peak in 20 minutes. I definitely have to work on this off stream though, so I can at least buttress it and have something more next time we come up here. I hate when my tooth does that thing when it's sensitive to cold drinks. Oh, I hate it when it does that too. I hate it so much. Okay, large blisters to appear 24 to 48 hours. Okay, maybe not frostbite. Let me just ask you a straightforward question. How long does it take frostbite to set in? So it's not frostbite she's going to have. Okay, less than 30 minutes. Okay, what are the symptoms? I'd like to know symptoms of incoming frostbite. This poor 4-year-old. I'm giving her frostbite, and I just met her. Oh, that looks awful. Cold, numb, painful skin, feels stiff or waxy. Early signs are tingling sensation, followed by a loss of feeling. Okay, painful aching, red skin, more serious frostbite. Okay, this is the early symptoms. She's been in the cold for approximately 3 hours. All she could see. No, wait. It's more like she could hear nothing. And all she could see when she looked outside was white Not nothing. Oh, that's such a nothing word to use. Give me a synonym for nothing. Reject. You know what? Give me a synonym for flurry, actually. A certain type of weather was... Ah, yes, chaos. It was white chaos. She was smart enough to know she shouldn't step outside of her little shelter. Wow, this is crazy. I'm writing a fic, and in this fic, I'm going to almost kill this child. But that's okay, because it's just Yuri. That's how Yuri is. And I don't know, this is making me uncomfortable. Shi Ying. That feels right, somehow. Because it's 3 names. Okay. I don't know. If I'm wrong, someone please correct me. I would love to be, corrected if I'm wrong. Okay. All she could see when she looked outside was white chaos. She was smart enough to know that she shouldn't step outside of her little shelter, or she'd be buried in minutes. I don't know. Would she know that? 4-year-olds are smart. We don't give kids enough credit, but kids are smart. Okay. She'd begun shipping 3 hours ago. Her fingers and toes, and ears were numb. No. Instead of that, the child would be a bit more expressive. She couldn't feel her fingers, toes. Yeah, I think so. I think this is better. Fingers, toes, or ears. Her teeth were audibly chattering. And she had no more energy to cry. Was it to call out? Talkless. Crying. Am I saying talking? Talkless. Of crying. She simply sat still because in that frozen... Okay, give me another word for frozen. Because in that icebound hollow. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, sounds nice. I'll probably change icebound later. It was all she could do. She simply sat frozen still. Yes. I'm gonna remove simply because what the fuck? What is it doing there? All right. Yeah. Slowly but surely. Does frostbite make people drowsy? Blisters, stiffness. Call emergency services if you have hypothermia, intense shivering, drowsiness, confusion, or slurred speech. Yep. Despite everything. Was it despite it all? Nah. Her eyes began to feel heavy. Whether it was from the ice crystals, no way, but tiny bits of ice forming against her wet, no, her lashes. They're no longer wet, they're frozen solid. Or from her earlier crying bout. She didn't know. She just knew she wanted to close them. And soon, she was asleep, lost to the world and the frantic cries. Have I already used frantic cries? I think I have. Wait. I already used frantic. Ah, fuck. I love that word too much. Alright, give me another word for frantic. Panicked? I don't know. Panicked feels too basic. I don't know. Get sentient there with you. They'll put you in the mood. Chester, you said kitty. They asked me as if you won't jump at the chance. I don't think frostbite would put the but hypothermia would. I think for a kid, it will probably be even worse. Like, for children don't have as much resistance. For an adult, this is just me, like, guesstimating. I actually have no idea. I'm not a doctor. But they'll probably succumb to drowsiness faster than an adult would, don't you think? Frenzied, feverish. Oh, yes. Very good, Biscuit. Thank you, darling. I think frenzied is good. Well, but frenzied gives this idea of, like, almost like a craze. I want more the idea pertaining to panic, like distressed or frenetic. No, not agitated. That sounds almost more irritated. No, something. Ooh, desperate. Yes. I want that edge of they are panicking, right? They have lost the young mistress. It's cold outside. They don't know where she is. They can't find her. They're calling for her. She's not answering. Everybody's thinking that the worst is happening because technically it is. Why did I say she couldn't feel her fingers, bro? She couldn't feel her fingers, toes, or ears. Her teeth were ugly chattering. She sat, hunched and frozen still. Does that make sense? I don't know. Maybe I have to remove this. I'll do that. For now, I'll highlight it in light pink. I don't know. Maybe I'll change it later. Sealing her eyes shut. Not shit, bruh. Or from her earlier crying bouts. She didn't know. She just knew she was tired and wanted to close them. Yep. And soon she was fast asleep. That's right. Lost to the world in the desperate cries of those frantically looking for her. I want to use frantic again. I'm crazy. Okay, I'm gonna use panic stricken. So it's gonna be lost to the world, the panic stricken cries of those desperately looking for her. Yes, that makes sense. Ah, don't you just love it when words do the thing and it all comes together and it makes sense? Oh, this can be chapter 1. Nah, chapter 1 will be the first thing. Looking for her. And now we do this. Yippee! No, that's... What the fuck? What are you doing? Come here. There we go. Yippee! Boom, 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 boom. Jinshi only felt she dreamt that she was in. Wait a second. She was swaying gently in the wind, carried on the back of a great blue dragon. She lay on its giant Should I prone? What's prone? I need the one that she's laying on her front. Is that prone? Is that prone? No, I think prone is the opposite one. Okay, prone supine. Yeah, it's prone. I was right. Okay, cool. Should I prone on its giant back? Thank you. No, none of that. Yeah, its giant back. It was warm, and its scales were soft and glittery. Were soft to the touch. Fine, that's enough. She settled closer and sighs deeply in relief. As the heat within it settled her. Another word for warmed. I need it. Yes, I need the freaking verb. What's the verb? What's the verb? Yes. Settled the No, literally warmed, bro. It doesn't need to be flaming or heated. Just warm, light warm. Okay. Maybe I just need a different word for warm itself, so I can use that differently. Okay. Buy it back where it was warm, and its scales were soft to the touch of the heat within it. Gently soothed her aching limbs and she gently opened her eyes. No, she blinked her eyes. She blinked her eyes open and realized that the dragon's back was actually the back of a young girl. No, wait. Of a small human? I don't know. And then we do the M dash. Fuck everybody who says that only the AI uses M dash. You don't know where I'm from. You don't know what I am. Nothing shy. We're just writing fanfic. Yuri specifically. Oh my god, what the fuck was that? No, give me back my 100%. Okay. Yeah. A young girl draped in, is it Hanfu? No, Hanfu's Korean. Fuck. What's the Chinese traditional clothing at Christmas time? Christmas. Yeah, no, not AI mode. Ew, stop. Okay, fuck. Just remove AI for fuck's sake. It is a harmful. Y'all don't know. I'm about that life. I'm about that life. Okay. In colorful, draped in thick and colorful. Yeah, because kids would notice stuff like color first. They really like color. Drink some water. Okay. Sorry. I'm drinking water. Joe, thank you for your 15 stream streak. Look at you. Holy W. For real. Grim. Oh my god. Hi, Grim. I am drinking water. Thank you so very much for the redeem. I just get locked in, you know? I just get locked in. I have hydrated though. I have drank water. Thank you for looking out for me. Okay, guys, let's see. When are we? Oh, we need to end stream. We need to end stream. It's over. Grim, your timing is impeccable. But let me just finish this up. I just need to write that it's actually Shinhwa that is carrying her. In thick and colorful hanfu, she had removed the two outermost layers and wrapped Jinshi in them as she carried her on her back, piggybacking across the snow-covered pavilion towards home. Jinshi slowly. Oh wait, no. Oh, Jinshi saw as her eyes fluttered slowly shut. Yes, was the what the fuck? What the fuck? Okay, so I need to see Jinhua fan art. I remember her name. Her hair was white, right? What the fuck is this? No. Okay, Sanhua art. Yeah, her hair is silver. Okay, I don't care. Whatever. All Jinshi could see of all Jinshi could see of her tiny savior. Oh, I forgot to add the name. A young girl, no older than 10. Yeah. Is a 6-year gap too big? Because Jinshi looks really young. Wait, I can just Google this. Jinshi age gap. Not Mao Mao. Oh my god. Okay, that's my fault for not adding Wua. There. Oh my god, the gap between things cannot be determined. Okay, great. It's free for me to do what I want. So in my head, canonically, she's 10 and Jinshi's 4. That's a 6-year age gap. That's okay, right? That's okay, right? That makes sense, right? That makes sense, right? Yes, Cash. It's the debut. Yes. It's Shy Butterfly's debut. I'm so sorry. I barely looked at you guys. Hi, Grim. Welcome in. I don't know if I greeted you. I'm sorry if I didn't. But yes, Shy Butterfly's debut is soon. That is why they have changed their name. We're all very excited. We cannot wait. Depends on how we can get your banner and overlay done. Oh, period. I still call you Cash. Yeah, I keep forgetting. I keep wanting to say Cash every time I see. But now I just know that Cash is now Shy Butterfly. Oh god, I can't wait. I cannot wait. Let's finish this up and then shut down stream. All Jinshi could see of her steady savior, so her eyes are slowly shut, was the silver colored strands of her silver hair blowing gently in the settled wind. And that is the end of this chapter. Yeah. So this is the first part. A few moments later. Isn't it ironic? Right? I made her like she fell asleep by the pavilion, right? She fell asleep by the blue dragon like Originally, my plan was to have her drown in it, right? But I don't know what happened. It ended up being winter, and instead it was just frostbite that almost got her, essentially. And she was buried slowly. You know what? Is this where to end it? When Jishi came to, there was a lot of hullabaloo. That kind of rhymed. Apparently, she'd had to be dug out of the grotto. The snow, the flurrying snow, had blocked her in. I don't want to use blocked. Had kind of like, what's the word I'm looking for? Not padded. Okay, let's just look for different words for blocked. Blocks. The fuck? Blocked. Yeah, blocked her in. Close at one end, yes. Barred. That's the word I'm looking for. Had barred the only exit. And while it had done its job, and while it had blocked out the worst of the snowstorm, it had also what the fuck? Also prevented her seekers from ever discovering her hiding place. Why? If Lady Sanhua and little Lady Sanhua hadn't found her, the way I'm making this voice is so funny. Hadn't found her, Nani Shing cried. I shudder to think of what could have happened. To think of what could have happened to the young mistress. Oh. I'm having too much fun with this. When G shits, that's crazy. Jinshi came to the first time. I'm not sure. I'm gonna highlight that in red because I'm not sure it's necessary for it to be there. Sanhua, she murmured to herself as sleep took her again. There we go. I think I finished it, guys. I think this is chapter 1. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? I'm gonna refine it later. This is just, you know. Anyways. All right, yeah, I'm satisfied with this. Anyways, it's time to end this. Anyways, let's go. I keep saying anyways, because there's nothing else for me to say. Because I don't know what else to say. All right, I made it tiny on purpose. I mean, by mistake. I can't speak. Fuck. Anyways, wow, who's raffling? Senti. It's a Senti. How many raffles is happening? Why everybody gambling? Hello? Is this just because... Oh, sorry, it's me. Sorry. please relax with your vices. All right, guys. Thank you so much. That brings us to the end of Book Nook Wednesday with a dash sprinkling of NaNoWriMo. I hope you guys enjoyed reading chapter 7 of 6 of Crows with me. We've come to quite the fun development. Essentially, we have gathered the crew for the heist. And from next chapter, I truly don't know what happens. So I've read up to chapter 7 before. But after chapter 7, I didn't read it again. I didn't go past chapter 7. I don't know what happens. So we're all going to be going on this journey together. And of course, we're done with chapter 1 of the fan fiction that I'm writing for you guys, which is a Jinhua fanfic. This is the first time they've met. I don't know. Should I read it to you guys? Have you guys, tell me what you think about it. Now I'll do that later. I should have ended stream 8 minutes ago. 8 fucking minutes ago. Thanks for stream. No, thank you. Wifey, Biscuit, Joe, Santi, Shy Butterfly, everyone, Jesta, and everybody. Thank you so very much. We'll miss you. It's okay. You guys will see me on Friday. Thankfully, my life is not over. It is not falling apart. And I did not lose my job. Yay. So, the reason I was very sad yesterday is no longer there. Things are still a little bit shaky and wonky, and I'm a little bit in the danger zone, but I still have a job, which is the most important thing. All right, I didn't get fired. Yay. So you'll never lose your job. Thank you. Until I myself choose to quit, I will never lose it. Yeah, I claim it. Thank you, Jerry. We literally give you all our energy. Thank you. Yay, I knew you could get out of it, love. Thank you, guys. Your energy and your support and your love really carried me through. Thank you so much to Senti, especially for playing and gaming with me yesterday, and to everybody who reached out, whether on stream or off stream, just to comfort me and, check in. I appreciate you guys so much. You're the best. I cast secure employment. I gained secure employment. Thank you so much. All our power. You got this. I got this. All right, let's fucking see. I should reach out more. I'm too shy. It's okay. Please feel free at your own pace. There's no pressure, right? There's absolutely no pressure. But yes, I would love to hear from each and every one of you if you want to. I'm always open. My DMs are always open for my darling crows, for my corvids, for my feralies, for my loose citizens, for my lunatics. My DMs are always open for you guys. All right, and if you need some comforting, don't hesitate to reach out to me as well. Or if you just need someone to rant to and stuff, I'm there for you. We got you, Lucy. You're loved by everyone here, and I love you all. Thank you so much for your kind words. We love you. I love you. All right, let's see who's rating, and then let's rate out so I can go get dinner and do life stuff and get to bed early because I do have work tomorrow. And since I'm putting 120%, so they do not think of firing me anytime soon, I need to sleep early. Okay, let's see. Who's streaming? Afroni is still streaming? Well, we're going straight to Afroni, guys. Am I crazy? No, they really are still streaming. He really is still streaming. Awesome. Oh, thank you so much, Santi and Joe, for putting up the socials and the raid messages. Guys, copy the raid messages. Follow me on socials. Join the Discord if you want. Our next community night is next Saturday, not this Saturday, next Saturday. It is a game night. I don't give a fuck. I want to play Repo. Repo or Among Us. So that's what we're gonna do. Joe, are we safe? They gonna let me do it. Damn, you guys, don't fight. I love you guys. Man, shut up. You ain't the only mod. Femme la bouche. Damn. Cala la boca. Guys, please. Mods, darlings, please. Come on. All right, let's raid out to Afaroni. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I had a great time. And it feels so good to stream without the weight of the world hanging on your shoulders, or you believing that you're about to lose everything. It's so freeing. I have a new appreciation for it. I always have to have this new appreciation. I don't even know why. Life just keeps trying to test me. But don't worry. Because if God got us, then we gonna be all right. We gonna be all right. We gonna be all right. Hey, we gonna be all right. Do you hear me? Do you feel me? We gonna be all right. Rest well. You two guys, hey, just take care of yourselves. Go do what you need to do. Don't worry, we're gonna fucking win. You fucking know it. I manifested for every single one of us that whatever it is we're going through, not only will we pass through it, but we will win. We'll come out on top. We'll come out with victories. We'll come out happy and joyous, and with nothing but good news to share to everyone that we love. All right then. Who sees anything? I'm going home early. Love it. Yes. Then you'll have your island haven with everyone. Yes, we will. We'll have the best and the most fun of times. But in the meantime, right now, oh my god, didn't I come up with a new catchphrase? I think I've forgotten what it is. Wait, let me check the Discord. I think someone put it in the Discord for me. The way I don't remember it. Lamau. Wait. It was so. Oh wait, no, it was like my bros hose and no, that wasn't what it was. No, that was not what it was. It was something else. It was literally something else. Do you guys remember? My brain is mush. I don't remember shit. Something bootylicious. I forgot it too. Damn. I hope I wrote it down. Guys, we didn't write it down. We're sick. No. Oh wait, no. Someone did write it down. Wait. Oh my god. Joe, you wrote it down. I love you. It was laddies, ladies, and non-binary babies. Oh. Huh?